Hey, this is Francis Tapon. I'm coming from Morocco, and as you can see from behind me, this is part of the High Atlas range. I'm taking a little break to show something, one of my favorite sleeping bags I have. It's made by Jacques Arbetter. Kind of looks like a regular sleeping bag, a few differences. It's really only about 3/4 of a bag. So as you can see, think of it more like a quilt or a blanket. And it's kind of windy here, but I'm going to try to get into it. And as you can see, it won't cover me completely. It will barely close, and that's on purpose, because if it, the only part of a sleeping bag that keeps you warm is the part that's above you, because when a sleeping bag is underneath you, a big poofy thing that has so much loft like this, if your weight is on it, the loft gets crushed to nothing, and that's not going to keep you warm. So what keeps you warm? It's the pad that's underneath you, whether you're using a blow-up air mattress or whether you're using a foam pad. That is what's keeping, heat from getting sucked out into the ground, not your sleeping bag. And so why carry the extra weight of a sleeping bag if it's not going to do you any good? So what matters is the loft that's above you, not the loft that's underneath you. And so Jacques Arbetter have made this great bag that just covers the top. Now, the cool thing about the bag is that it's convertible, and this is one of my favorite parts, because what happens if you get to a campsite and you don't have enough warm clothes and you want to hang out by a campfire or whatever, chill out with friends? There's this little Ziploc thing here, and then I called it Ziploc, but it's actually Velcro. And you look for these tie-outs right here. There's one here, and over here is another one. And then you convert it into a Mexican serape. Think of it like some sort of poncho. And I've done this a few times, both on the Continental Divide and here in Morocco as well. Tie it up, nice and tight, and voila. Your hands are basically free. They're not insulated, if you will, but this much loft, this much poofiness, it's not going to win you any awards at the fashion contest. You're not going to go down the catwalk looking very sexy in this, but it's going to keep you really warm. And so that's the advantage of having a bag like this. You can convert it into something that's nice and warm. And I've actually worn it in sub-zero freezing temperatures, as well as, it keeps you warm at night. Now if you toss and turn a lot, then you have to make sure you want to Velcro it down with one of their pads. You can see there's Velcro running along the side. But if you're real squirming and you really don't like this type of design, what you can do is get a 2-person sleeping bag by Jacques Arbetter and wrap it yourself up into it completely like a traditional mummy bag. The nice thing about that is that not only it's a traditional mummy bag, effectively for 1 person, but if you open it up, it can cover 2 persons as a quilt. So that's one really nice design about the what's called the Katahdin. It's a 2-person bag, and I'm stuffing it right now. First of all, just to show you how I stuff bags, I don't fold it up nice and neatly. I just shove it in there, and it's fine. The key thing also is, one of the big errors I see people doing with sleeping bags, it doesn't matter if it's a Jacques Arbetter or any sleeping bag, whether this is down, I think it's 900 fill, or 850, but I'm pretty sure it's 900. But the bottom line is, a lot of people, whether it's synthetic, like Polyguard 3D, they leave it in this kind of compressed state all the time. And so that's how it is. It becomes totally waterproof when you seal it up like that. And as you can see, not very big and pretty light. The lightest you can get for this kind of warm, this kind of bag. One last thing, a couple of other things I want to show you, 2 other things. They don't actually make this Jacques Arbetter, it's actually a black diamond, but it's one of my favorite lights. You can see there's 2 lights that go off here. This is for more like looking things that within about 1 meter from you, pretty close. You can use it for trail walking or looking around things in the campsite. Or there's these two red LED ones. That's useful for if you're stealth camping, you don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself, or you want to preserve your night vision. It's also useful if you've got really good vision, or if it's a moonlit night. It's another good way of walking. And then finally, the most powerful is this spotlight right here. This is really powerful. The middle light is like a beacon. It's a big spotlight that allows you to see at least 50 meters. So that's this is actually supplied by Jacques Better. They gave it to me for the Africa trip, and they resell it, and it's a fantastic thing. And finally, just for fun, I'll show you down here. They make a little beanie, micro beanie. Here, I've also been wearing their beanie, Jacques Better beanie, throughout this trip, and it's been keeping me nice and warm. The nice thing about it, you can kind of pull it over your eyes, which I think is important for sleeping at night. It would be nice if it went all the way down and covered my mouth too, but hey. So enjoy the high atlas from Morocco, and check out Jacques R with the letter R Better, like Toys R Us, but JacksRBetter.com. Thank you guys for supporting me. See ya.